Muhammed, the Honorable Minister of Health, the Honorable Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, the UNICEF Country Representative, other members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps here present, the General Governors, Executive Coordinators, Chairpersons of Councils here present, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Fisheries representing the Honorable Minister of Fisheries and other permanent secretaries here present, senior government officials, civil society organizations, directors, program managers, staff of respective government ministries, the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. It is my honor to address the Climate Resilient Joint Wash Sector Review Meeting, a platform of strategic importance to the Gambia's development, climate resilience, and social transformation agenda. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, President Adama Barrow, I extend our sincere appreciation to UNICEF for its consistent technical and financial support to the government of the Gambia through the Ministry of Health and to all development partners whose collaboration continues to strengthen the wash sector. I also recognize the contribution of the consultant team and national stakeholders whose work from the climate risk assessment and wash bottleneck analysis to sector consolidation has provided a strong evidence base for policy alignment, planning, and investment prioritization. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, access to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene is not only a social service obligation, it's a strategic development investment that directly impacts public health, education outcomes, economic productivity, gender equity, and national resilience. While the Gambia has made measurable progress in achieving 85% access to drinking water and 61% access to improved sanitation, these gains remain structurally vulnerable to climate shocks, including flooding, salinization, droughts, and infrastructure degradation. Without deliberate climate proofing of water systems, these achievements risk being reversed. This is why the government of the Gambia, under the leadership of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, has placed climate resilience and basic service delivery at the core of national policy, as reflected in the National Development Plan, the URUWA. Since 2017, government has pursued key reforms focused on strengthening interministerial coordination and sector governance, expanding domestic resource mobilization for sustainable financing, leveraging climate finance and blended financing mechanisms, and embedding accountability, transparency, performance management, and in-service delivery systems. These reforms are not symbolic, they are structural, institutional, and policy-driven. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at the national level, the Gambia has operationalized climate resilient and wash through initiatives such as the Climate Smart Rural Wash Development Project, and it affirmed its political commitment to ending open defecation nationwide, a national pledge made in 2020 and renewed in 2025. At the international level, our commitments are equally clear and measurable. The Gambia is a signatory to the Paris Agreement, has submitted one of the world's most ambitious nationally determined contributions aligned with the 1.5-degree target, and adopted a long-term strategy, 2050, aimed at achieving net zero emissions through inclusive growth, adaptation, and mitigation. We are active members of global platforms, including Sanitation and Water for All, signatories to the Ngor Declaration, and strong advocates for climate finance reform, institutional capacity building, and country ownership of climate programming. These are not diplomatic statements. They are policy commitments backed by national frameworks, institutional reforms, and investment strategies. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, climate change is not only an environmental threat, it's a developmental risk multiplier. Its impacts disproportionately affect vulnerable populations, deepen inequality, destabilize livelihoods, and strain state systems. This reality requires integrated governance, not sectoral silos, coordinated financing, not fragmented projects, and long-term system thinking, not short-term interventions. Therefore, climate resilient works must be treated as national infrastructure, not just social service delivery. Going forward, our strategic priorities are clear: policy coherence and enforcement, ensuring climate and waste integration access national planning frameworks, scale financing through domestic resources, climate funds, and private sector participation, data-driven planning and research to guide investments and build innovation ecosystems and institutional collaboration across government, development partners, academia, civil society, and the private sector. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Gambia calls for enhanced climate financing for water and sanitation, mitigation and adaptation actions aligned with our national systems and the National Development Plan. We seek not fragmented projects, but programmatic financing, institutional strengthening, and social national ownership of climate resilient development. In conclusion, on behalf of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, I thank all partners, institutions, and stakeholders for your continued commitment to the Gambia's climate and development agenda. It is therefore my honor, on behalf of the government and the Republic of the Gambia, to officially declare the Climate Resilient Joint Work Sector Review meeting open. I thank you for your time.